Cinema Sickness here with another Game Boy Pickups video for you. Yes, recently I've been buying so many new Game Boy games and picking them up like crazy. A lot of you guys have been commenting on that saying like, wow, your new sickness has taken off. You're picking up so many Game Boy games. Yes, but keep in mind, this is new. I've only started this like, what, 2-3 weeks ago. So I've been pretty much hitting up all my local stores, almost buying them out, buying everything that I want, or everything that's just cheap, and buying everything from all the local stores. That will eventually dry up. It will eventually get to the point where I can't go to a pawn shop and just buy everything buy them out. It's not going to happen because they're not going to have anything for me to buy. So this will dry up. It is going pretty crazy right now because of, just all the pawn shops and thrift stores and game shops and stuff that I'm hitting up recently. Plus we had the game convention, the Too Many Games convention that happened like the week I started collecting, which is insane. So yes, I am buying a lot of games recently, as you guys have been commenting on, but again, really it's just because I have been hitting up everywhere I can get games recently, and in the next few weeks, that's all going to dry up because I'm really not going to have too much more in the way of places to hunt for cheap stuff. I still will pick up things here and there at those places, I'm sure, but it won't be me walking in and buying like everything they have. It's not going to happen that way very soon, which is kind of nice in the same because I'll buy all the crap titles they have from them, and then I can start working on more expensive titles that I actually really want to pick up. So, all right. Anyway, let's get down to it. Let's take a look at the one I've picked up recently. And this is all stuff I've grabbed from J Street Video Games. Went back there because I traded in all my Wii games. All the Wii games I own. I didn't trade in my wife's Wii games. You guys have seen that the last video I did where we took a look at the old library. I showed you guys my backups closet, and I showed you around the old library. Showed you like I do have a Wii system, and shows you that I have a little bit of games, and my wife has a lot more games. The reason for that being is because I just don't ever play the Wii. Not that my wife does either, but I just never play it. And I have recently picked up a few games here and there for like $1 a piece. And, yeah, I picked them up because they were really cheap, but I'm never going to play them. No, I just don't play my Wii. I don't play my console games. When I'm at home, I'm too busy watching movies to play games. I mean, maybe I'll bust out my Game Boy and play like a level or two and then put it down and be on my way. But I don't really play too much games at home. So that's why I love collecting for the Game Boy, and that's why I decided to take all my Wii games, take in the J Street Video Games, give it to them, and get some store credit. So everything you're about to see here, I paid, I believe, a total of $50 for, which might seem like a lot, but I did get some cool stuff. I picked up pretty much all like the $2 titles they had, and then I grabbed some other titles that were a bit more, but again, I had some store credit, so I used it towards it and got some cool stuff. So let's do Game Boy Advance first. So first thing I picked up here was The Revenge of Shinobi, which I think this was like $4, something like that. It looked interesting. I popped it in because I love going on my phone and being like, let's see, Revenge of the Shinobi, GBA, and looking it up and seeing what kind of reviews it gets and looking at screenshots, and it looked interesting. It seemed okay. I popped it in and played a little bit. It just seemed all right. I wasn't blown away by this one. I was hoping it'd be a little better, but it's still something I will go back to and check out, so I'm glad I got it. Then we have Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Now, this is awesome. I picked up recently, I think in the last video I showed you, Pirates of the Caribbean. I think was it Curse of the Black Pearl? That wasn't very fun. You're playing as like Barbossa, like a really weird like young Barbossa. It doesn't even look like Barbossa. It's kind of strange. I didn't really care for it. This one's a lot more fun. This one's like a side-scrolling platform game. It's you're hacking away at bad guys and stuff, and you're collecting treasures, and then like in between you're like doing like naval battles and stuff. It was actually pretty fun. I'm looking forward to playing some more. This is a good Pirates of the Caribbean one. Again, Curse of the Black Pearl not so much, but Dead Man's Chest, yes. All right, here we go into some good stuff. This was listed as a little bit more, and rightfully so. That was Lilo and Stitch, and I picked up Lilo and Stitch 2. Lilo and Stitch 2 wasn't as much, but pick these both up. Now, for those of you who do not know, Lilo and Stitch is an absolutely fantastic Game Boy Advance game. If you're a fan of Contra, pick up Lilo and Stitch. This is a very Contra-esque game. You're playing as Stitch, you got 2 guns, you run around, you're blasting people away, and it's not easy. There are bad guys coming at you from the air, from the ground. They're constantly coming at you all over the place. This game for kids is a bit difficult. I'm really surprised at the difficulty level for a game for kids. And that's why I love this game. It is so much fun. There's boss battles at the end of like every like couple levels. This is great. Again, it's kind of Contra, but you're playing as Stitch, and it's great. Seriously, pick up Lilo and Stitch. It's one of the best games out there for the Game Boy Advance. Definitely a hidden gem. I love this game. However, Lilo and Stitch 2. Well, I think unfortunately Disney Interactive kind of went, wow, we made Lilo and Stitch a little too difficult. Let's tone it down a bit and do Lilo and Stitch 2, and that's what this is. Same thing, you're running around a Stitch with your guns, blasting people away, but it's super easy. The bad guys aren't constantly coming at you. Yeah, to get rid of the bad guys, to take them down is pretty simple. This is a very watered down version of Lilo and Stitch, which is definitely a shame. I really think they went, wow, we made this game a little too difficult. Maybe we should tone things down for the kiddies, and that's a shame. I wish it would have just stayed the same because Lilo and Stitch is such a good game. So it is what it is. So Lilo and Stitch, yes. Lilo and Stitch 2, not so much. Then we have Rocket Power Beach Bandits. Yeah, no, I was just kind of riding around and just talking to people and collecting things, and it wasn't that much fun. Then we have No Rules, Get Fat. Yeah. This was alright. This is a skateboard game. It was, like I said, it was okay. The controls weren't bad. They were pretty good. It just wasn't anything amazing. It's not quite Tony Hawk, but then again, it's not as bad as like the Matt Hoffman game, so it's in between. This was okay. I will go back and I will play this. Rated teen for teen. I'm really surprised about that. Didn't seem all that teen. But anyway, I will go back. I will play this one again. It's just okay for a skating game. Then we have Crazy Taxi. I can't do that voice. We have Crazy Taxi. I'm not even going to try to do the Crazy Taxi voice. We have Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride. This is fun. This is good. Very good attempt at putting Crazy Taxi on the Game Boy Advance. It is amazing sometimes just how good of a job they can do with these games, putting them on the Game Boy Advance. And this looks pretty good. I mean, the graphics aren't... they're pushing it. The graphics in this are pushing the Game Boy Advance for everything it's worth. You can totally tell. But it works. It looks good. I enjoyed this one, and I'll play this one some more. Pretty cool to have a Crazy Taxi on the Game Boy Advance. This is a great game. I used to play this in the arcades all the time back in the day. So, very cool to have Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride for the Game Boy Advance. Looking forward to playing this one some more. Good arcade game. And speak of the devil, Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. Yeah, I picked it up. I have the first one, so I grabbed the second one as well, because, hey, gotta grab it. It was cheap anyway, and, yeah, it's just as bad as the first one. I don't understand how you can have a game that controls so incredibly well, like the Pro Skater games, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, that control amazingly well. They're fantastic games for the Game Boy Advance. They blow me away. They're absolutely amazing games. And then you do a movie, Stuck on Cinema, and then you do a game like Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2 and Pro BMX, and just screw up the controls completely. The Dave Mirra games, on the other hand, like I said, the Dave Mirra games play like the Tony Hawk games. So you want a good biking game, a good BMX game, play the Dave Mirra games and stay away from that Hoffman games. And then we have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, very awesome. Had to grab this, and this was a little bit more expensive too, but nevertheless, had to grab it because this is awesome. And I actually have all the wow, I can't talk. All the Tony Hawk games. I have every single one of them now, so that is really cool for the Game Boy Advance. That is awesome. Very, very cool to have. Pro Skater 4, great game. Looking forward to playing that. Okay, now on to some Game Boy games here. Some black and white Game Boy games. Well, black and white and some color games as well. First thing we have here, this is really cool. This is a little bit more as well, but totally worth it. That is Home Alone. As you guys know, I just picked up Home Alone 2 at the gaming convention. Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are great games. They are so much fun. I mean, they are what they are. They're not, like, perfect, but they are a lot of fun. I love it. I love the music, too. It's got all the music from the movie, too, in it. It's like, all 8-bit up. It's very, very cool. I love Home Alone. Great, great game. I played on the NES a lot. Very cool to have. This is basically the NES version, but on the Game Boy. It's great. Fantastic. So happy to have Home Alone 1 and 2 on the Game Boy. That's awesome. And yes, I picked it up. I picked up Solitaire Fun Pack. 12 different games. I like playing Solitaire. I'm a nerd. I play Solitaire all the time on my iPhone. Play it constantly. It's a fun game. I like sitting down every so often and playing a good game of Solitaire. So yes, I picked up the Solitaire Fun Pack. Then we have Black Bass Lure Fishing, which you may be thinking, didn't I already pick this up? Yes, I have the black cart, which is the Game Boy / Game Boy Color cart. Basically the same exact game, but this is the just standard Game Boy release, so no color to this. But it's basically the same game. Although playing this, I figured out how to reel in a fish. I caught a fish. I was so excited. The first time I played this game on the Game Boy Color version, I couldn't figure out how to reel in the fish. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Figured it out. Got it down. Got this game down. So very cool. Nice. Then we have Pipe Dream. This is a classic. I love Pipe Dream. For those of you who don't know what this is simply just it's a puzzle game. It's constant pieces of a pipe popping up, and you got to hook them together and not like create a dead end because there's water. Water starts filling up in the pipe, and you got to keep the water flow going and see how long you can get it going for until you get, I guess, to a certain point, and then you beat the level. So Pipe Dream, great game. Really enjoyed that one. Now this was kind of expensive. This I definitely used a bit of my store credit towards, because this wasn't cheap, and rightfully so. This is a good game. We have Wario Blast, as it says, featuring Bomberman. It's basically just a Bomberman Wario battle. You're going around on a Bomberman type playing field, dropping bombs, collecting power-ups and stuff like that. But it's either Bomberman versus Wario or Wario versus Bomberman. You can choose which character you want to play as, and you're just trying to bomb the other player. You're trying to get them caught in a corner and bomb them, blow it up, and it's a best of 3 per level. Very cool, very fun. Just a really cool different take on the Bomberman games, just to have a bit of a battle. So very cool, and of course it features Wario, which is really cool. This is a fun game. Like I said, a little bit more expensive, but totally worth it. Really fun. And then we have some of these Game Boy Color / Game Boy games. Again, these are games that were made for the Game Boy Color, but that also work on the Game Boy. We have The New Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley. As I said before, these games aren't terribly bad. They're sort of puzzle games, a little watered down, yes, because they're for little girls, but they're decent puzzle games. They're okay. They're nothing great. That's the thing. I'm not trying to say this is a good game. I'm just trying to say it's actually surprisingly not necessarily a bad game. It's just a mediocre game. But surprisingly, it's not horrible. So anyway, grab that. And then, yes, had to, of course, pick up Super Breakout, because Super Breakout is absolutely fantastic. I've already told you guys that when I picked up the Super Breakout for the Game Boy Advance, but very cool to have it on the Game Boy Color too. Love it. It's no Arkanoid, it's no Alleyway, but it is the original, and it is, at least I'm calling it the original. Is it the original? Well, I guess Pong. I think didn't Pong have a version of sort of like a Breakout? I could be wrong, but this is great. I love Super Breakout, so of course had to grab the Game Boy Color version as well. It's very cool. And then last but not least, this was awesome. This was only $10 actually for this. I was kind of surprised. Figured it'd be more, but it wasn't. Only $10, so I had to grab it. That is the Game Boy Game Genie. Look at that. And I made sure it even has the code book, the Game Genie code book. But also, check this out. It comes with 3 game code update books. That's really cool. I never had any of these as a kid. I had this as a kid. I used to use it all the time. I had a little game book, which is in perfect condition, by the way. I remember my game book. I used this so much as a kid. This thing fell apart like in a day. It was crazy. This is in perfect condition. Looks like this thing's never been used. It's in just immaculate condition. That is absolutely awesome. Very cool. And I'm just blown away by the fact that it has these 3 updates with it too. The fact that these are in perfect shape also. These were never lost. That is so cool. $10 for this seemed like a steal. I am really surprised it was that cheap. I really expected it to, I don't know, maybe like $20, something like that. But for $10, I picked it up. Will I be using it? Yeah, I'll use this every now and then, just for fun. I mean, I don't know if I really need to use it for any games. Maybe if I come across a game that's really difficult, but at the same time, what's the fun of beating a game when you're cheating? But it is sometimes fun just to pop in the cheats and see what kind of crazy things you can do. So I love this. This is awesome. Look at this beast right here. And this sticking out of my, because you have to like gotta put the game in it. So this sticking out of my SP looks ridiculous, but it does work and it is awesome. And that is so cool. Awesome pickup. So, all right, guys, there you go. That's all the Game Boy stuff that I grabbed from J Street Video Games, thanks to a bit of store credits. I still paid around $50 for everything, but got a lot of stuff cheaper because of my store credit. Very cool. And I did pick up a lot of awesome stuff. I mean, some junker titles too, but they were cheap. And it seems that my new limit for junk titles is going to be like $2. I was saying like, oh, for $1, I'll pick anything up because I just want to build up this huge, awesome Game Boy collection with a million choices and stuff. I still want to do that, but I think I'm gonna put my new limit at $2 because it seems like that's kind of the common price. It's $2 for like just kind of junk titles. I don't see a ton of titles for $1 very often, but for $2 I see a lot. So I think I'm gonna up my limit to $2 for just random junk titles. I might limit myself a little bit. I might not go as crazy when they're $2 a piece, but that's gonna be my limit. So. All right, guys, there you go. So like I always say, oh, I can't talk today. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Simply just by watching this video means the absolute world to me. I really, really appreciate it. Definitely keep it up. Keep showing your support. Thank you so much. But also, you can also show your support by clicking the thumbs up tab down below, clicking on the little like button. It takes 2 seconds. It means the absolute world to me. I'd really appreciate your support there as well. And also, you can subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You'll see a brand new daily sickness video from me every single day, plus these bonus videos like hunting videos and these Game Boy update videos and stuff. Sprinkle in for your extra added enjoyment. And of course, there's other links down below if you're watching us on YouTube. Things like my Patreon account where you can pledge a monthly donation to help support the show. My Spreadshirt account where you guys purchase yourself a Cinema Sickness hat, Cinema Sickness t-shirt, buttons, satchels, hoodies, tank tops, baby gear, kids gear, all kinds of Cinema Sickness merchandise. The usuals, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that's down below as well. And also my Listia and my eBay page. If you're on Listia and eBay and you want to check out what things I have up for auction, I got those down below as well. If you're watching us at cinemasickness.com, all those very same links are right up above you. Right underneath the Cinema Sickness logo, you can click on any of those links. They'll take you all to those websites. And if you're not at cinemasickness.com, there is a link down below. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's a link down below as well. Click that link, head over there, check it out. There's a lot more to see there than just these videos. All kinds of information like deals I find going on and other things I'm doing, like what I'm watching, and there's FAQ page. My collection's listed there, including my Game Boy collection is now listed there as well. And you can also check out Team Sickness. While you're at cinemasickness.com, click on that Team Sickness tab. Check out all the great movie reviews and collection updates and whatnot from those guys and gals. They would definitely appreciate your support. So, all right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna go. I can't talk today. My brain is not quite functioning. And once again, that's because I decided to do this video before I got any food in my belly. It seems like the more hungry I am, the less I can think. I shouldn't do videos on an empty stomach. Never do videos on an empty stomach. So, all right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all on my next DLX News video and my next Game Boy update. See you then, guys. Bye.